Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Daily Vibration. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy. So, I want to thank you for clicking on this video or this episode on the podcast. But most importantly, thank you for checking into you today, right? So, it is June 9th, 2021. And it is also day number 73 on a level up journey. We got 27 more days left to go on this journey. Not to mention that the ruling number of the day is the number 2, y'all. So we're talking about intuitive energy all day, every day in the atmosphere, okay? Now, the sun is still currently positioned in Gemini, and the moon is also now currently positioned in Gemini. So we're talking about Mercury's energy here, communication and learning here, right? So we're talking about languages. We're talking about even siblings. This house rules siblings, right? So you got that going on. You got education, maybe even going on within the Mercury energy too. And this is where your ideas and being able to communicate your ideas come to life. This is your thoughts, right? This is your opinion. This is definitely all about mental energy. Okay, so you might want to just be mindful of that, right? So we got Gemini, your hands, your arms, and your lungs, right? So we're talking about some people may even have to tap into their throat chakra energy and be able to articulate themselves clearly, okay? So you can also tap into networking energy here, allowing yourself to be a little bit more playful, okay? I want to say, and be a little bit more transparent too, okay? Because that energy within Gemini can maybe want to conceal some things and not allow everything to show to the surface, like kind of change faces, okay? You can be at one end of the extreme 1 minute and be at the other end of the extreme the next minute, okay? It's easy because of that duality of that energy. Now, as usual, you guys know every day for the past 73 days, we have been just pondering our thoughts, and we've been growing, we've been learning, we've been expanding on ourselves and expanding on, who we truly are and what we want to do with our life, looking at where we're at, looking at what we've accomplished, looking at what we've overcome, what we need to embrace, what we need to surrender to, right? We've been looking at ourselves and getting to know ourselves, right? So today, as you move throughout the day, I want you to think about endings and beginnings. We got 27 more days left on our journey, and right about now there should have been something maybe that ended and phased out within the past 73 days, and new beginnings starting to pop up, whether those new beginnings is a new thought process, a new emotion, you understand what I'm saying, a new habit that you've now physically implemented, right? There should have been some type of change, something different, something that you can embrace about yourself, or something that you should be able now to let go, or at least working on releasing, okay, just depending on the depths of the trauma. Now, I want to say this also. A lot of times we don't give ourselves credit, right, for how far we've come. We look so much at how much more further we have to go, and we don't stop and acknowledge how far we've come, right? So today we're going to take a look at that, how far you've come, right? We're looking at endings and beginnings for you to be able to see how far you've come. So look at yourself even last week, look at yourself a month ago, look at yourself 2 months ago, right? Look at yourself 73 days ago when you started this journey. There should be something, okay, 73 days in, that you are now able to give yourself credit for, right? That you're now able to own or take responsibility for, right? There should be something that you can literally look around and say, well, that ended and I've started anew. Or, well, I had to embrace that part about myself because I wasn't. Oh, well, I had to check that part of myself because it was out of control. There should be something, right, along this process for the past 73 days where you have been able to see an ending and a beginning. This is all about transformation. This is not about lying to anybody else. This is not about getting accolades from anybody else. This is not about getting acceptance from anybody else. This is really about you doing what you need to do for you, right? Whether that's embracing your flaws in your body, whether that's embracing your flaws in your finances, right? So you can make better choices, right? So you can gain the wealth that is available to you first, mentally and emotionally, right? Whatever it is, whatever it is, it's all about you being able to be reintroduced to yourself, and then you starting to love and accept yourself, right? Like you do everybody else. That's what it's about. Becoming your own best friend, becoming your own motivator, becoming your own cheerleader, becoming your own voice of reason, right? Becoming the one that checks you to let you know when you're being hypocritical, not just to other people, but to yourself, right? Becoming the person that you can count on when you turn around and there's nobody else there to hold you up. Because there's situations like that in this path, right? There are going to be times on this path when you look around and want to extend to reach out to somebody so you can talk things over, so you can see, if you can get an ear, somebody just to, listen to you vent, right? There are going to be times like that. And what you're going to find in times like that, you may not be able to find anyone at that particular moment. Not that you don't have a support team around. It may just be that no one is available to speak to you. So now you have to work through this on your own. You have to deal with this on your own, right? And can I tell you how often that's the remedy that's needed? Sitting with it on your own before you get an external opinion, right? Sitting with it on your own. So 73 days in, endings and beginnings. Pat yourself on the back or not. See where you may need to be a little bit more consistent or not. See what you may need to tweak and revise, because for the past 73 days, it hasn't been working, right? We got 27 more days left to go. All right. So if you've been studying yourself, there would have been something that has unfolded to you that you can utilize. Okay. Now, the elements in what they're saying today is pretty simple. It's saying a new start is coming, but you can't let pride get in your way. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but it's not going to be beneficial to you. An end of a tough cycle is approaching for a lot of people because you've been planting seeds, right? And personal issues are finally reaching resolution. So we got a lot of energy in the atmosphere, and we're going to jump into it. Okay, so you know how I explained to you guys that you are not just responsible for mastering your sun sign, that you also have to master all aspects of the zodiac wheel, because they're all aspects of your psyche, okay? So we're going to start off with the wonderful air energy, which is going to represent your thinking, your spiritual and your mental thinking, okay? If you are not an air sign, my loves, this message is going to apply to Gemini's energy. It's going to apply to Libra's energy, and it's going to apply to Aquarius's energy. Gemini's energy, you can tap into what you think versus what you don't think. Libra's energy, what you need to balance versus what's unbalanced in your life, right? Aquarian energy is what you know versus what you don't know, okay? And that message for you is a new start is coming. That's the new moon energy, right? There's newness coming in. Okay, so you want to embrace that new start. The thing I want to say this to you, right? Is it a new start for you to get what you want? Or are you still going to leave this new beginning into somebody else's hand to cultivate it and to map it out the way that they want it? All right. Now, keeping in mind, all right, that energy is fluid, so you don't have to be a air sign to tap into this message, right? This is about your spiritual and your mental thinking. So if you need to tap into the archetype of your thinking energy, it's saying you got to think with the new start. You got to think newness, right? You got to think abundance, okay? Now we're going to hop on over to the wonderful water energy. If you are a water sign, so we're talking about Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, okay? This message is going to be for you. But if you're not a water sign and you want to use a water element or archetype, this is going to be your emotions and your feelings, okay? And for my wonderful, wonderful water signs, it's saying today, don't let pride get in your way. Get out your feelings, okay? You got the full moon in Leo. Sometimes with that energy, you could be very confident energy, but it can also be energy where it's manipulative, and you don't want other people to get the shine and get the credit, okay? So you want to gaslight people. And then Leo energy can be a little bit immature too if it's not mastered well, okay? I'm a Leo rising, so pay attention to what your pride, okay, within this energy, my wonderful water signs, or if you're dealing with the water element, okay? So Cancer's energy, is what you feel versus what you don't feel. Okay, Scorpio's energy, your desires, okay, versus what you don't desire, which is all about transformation. And then you got Pisces energy, what you understand versus what you don't understand, because it's all about service and servitude and being able to serve as you're going to suffer, right? Where you serving your energy, where you directing your energy. So in this today is saying, don't direct that energy into anything prideful. Don't let your pride get in your way, okay? Now, we're going to hop on over to the wonderful fire energy, right? If you're not a fire sign, this message is going to resonate to your intuition and having to take action, right? Fire energy is going to be Aries, it's going to be Leo, and it is also going to be Sagittarius. And I breathe hard today because your message is the end of a tough cycle approaches, so you can breathe out, right? Now, if you are not an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, use your intuition here, okay, as well as being able to take action. Within the Aries energy, you can tap into your I amness, okay? Within the Leo energy, you can tap into your confidence, your willpower, all right? With the Sagittarius energy, you can tap into your intuition, okay, your perception. All right, so utilize the elements today. You don't have to stay stuck in one archetype, okay? Now, last but not least, if you're an earth sign, I'm talking about Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgos, okay? You can apply this message to your element, but if you're not an earth sign, this is the physical, the house, the cars, anything on the materialistic realm, okay? And the message is today, a personal issue reaches resolution, right? So something personal in the physical realm today can reach a resolution. So if you are a Taurus, you can tap into that energy versus what you have or what you don't have, right? If you're a Capricorn, you can tap into how you're using things versus how you're not utilizing things, right? And if you're a Virgo, you can tap into how you're analyzing things versus how you're not even analyzing things at all, especially when it comes to your health and your well-being, right? So know this, because you got the full moon in Cancer, my wonderful earth signs, okay? So this is asking you, moon in Cancer is asking you to tap into your feelings today, earth energy. You got the moon in Cancer, and it's a full moon in Cancer that's popping up in your reading today, right? A personal issue reaches resolution. And what that simply means is you may first have to reach the resolution within yourself. You know that? You may have to first reach a resolution within yourself. Now, remember, as you're moving throughout the day, endings and beginnings, what can you pat yourself in the back for? What can you applaud yourself for? What can you say that you still need to work on without judgment, just observation, right? Y'all know the deal, okay? It's important for you to be able to love yourself. It's important for you to be able to be kind to yourself. It's important for you to forgive yourself, not just other people, right? It's important for you to be able to do all of these things. Now, it's equally as important for you not just to give that away, but to be able to receive it. So giving and receiving has to be receptive. You got to be open for that, right? Because if you're not open to receive all of the love that you feel you've been given, you will wind up feeling depleted and taken advantage of. So make sure that you are giving and receiving, endings and beginnings, okay? It's going to be a constant flow of how life moves. Something is going to end, something new is going to begin. The question is, are you aware of the cycles that are showing up in your life, okay? Now, y'all know the deal, okay? Happy Tuesday to you guys. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. What am I saying? Happy Wednesday to you guys. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Happy Wednesday to you guys, okay? Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, which means it's a day of communication. So how about you try communicating with yourself today? We got new moon energy coming up tomorrow. Sit and think about really what you want in this new energy, right? It's also eclipse energy, which means that it's going to be unfolding over a period of time, right? Okay, my loves, y'all know the deal. Do something kind for yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. Bye, my loves.